And today my pro tip for you today is defense, in particular the closeout drill. This is a drill that you can do, in the gym room by yourself with your teammates or one of your friends, to get better at defense. Today we will start off, passing it out, to the offensive player, then slowly chopping your feet at the offensive player. And then you want to play them in the direction of the baseline. So you don't want to let them get to the middle of the court, because most coaches, you won't be in a basketball game if you let them get you to the middle of the court. So you want to be lower. First, you want to be lower than the defender. So if the defender tries to get to the middle of the court, you're still able to stay in front of him at the same time. Now, at a live speed, it'll be a little bit faster and a little bit quicker. So when you get it, just take 2 dribbles to the baseline, right after that. Then I'm gonna demonstrate the close it. Yeah, wait, let me close out first. So at live speed, that's how it would be. Chopping your feet, is critical in stopping the offensive player and getting lower than the offensive player. So now one of the keys, is knowing your personnel, knowing the player you're playing against. So if you're playing against a guy that can shoot the basketball, as a shooter, you would want to crowd him. So you would want to close out a little bit closer than normal. You want to close out to him because he knows he can shoot the basketball. More times than not, he's not going to be a good ball handler, if he's a shooter. So you want to close out a little bit closer, just so you keep pressure on him at all times and you don't let him get his shot off. Now, another type of player, he could be a good driver. He could be a good driver. So when I close out, I will close out shorter than normal. So I would close out about here, expecting him to drive the basketball, knowing that I don't want him to get into the paint. That's one of the best things that he does. So I would close out a little bit shorter here, so when he tries to drive, I would still be in front of him, still be in front of the basketball. Now this is an example of finishing the drill. This is finishing the end of the closeout drill. So in the beginning part, you remember the first tip was to chop your feet. So here you go. That's chopping your feet, that's tip 1. The second tip is knowing your personnel, knowing if he's a driver or knowing if he's a shooter. In this case, I'm gonna say he's a shooter. So I'm gonna close out a little bit closer to him, not giving him a shot. Now the third tip is playing him to the baseline, because you don't want him to get into the middle of the court. So when I play him to the baseline, he's gonna take the drive, 2 dribbles, then the shot's gonna go up and I'm gonna contest the shot. You always wanna contest the shot as a defender, because you don't wanna give a guy who can shoot the basketball like yourself an open shot. So contesting the shot is critical. Then after the shot, you got the most critical of them all is the box out. So we're gonna demonstrate it live. How you do the drill in 1. I'm Will Bynum, and that's my pro tip for today.